are listening to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show is 7 every Thursday right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. I'm Michael Bumpus with my guy Brian Walters. Now we're joined by this young man. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. Graduated from Heritage High School, where he played linebacker and running back. Finished high school as the all-time leading tackler with 393 tackles, had 100 tackles in his final 3 seasons. Also had 908 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, took his talents to North Carolina State, saw action in 47 career games, 293 tackles, 46 tackles for loss, 19 sacks, 4 interceptions, 13 passes defended, first-team All-ACC as a junior and senior, been with the Seahawks since 2023. Give it up for linebacker Drake Thomas. I always wonder, what's that like when you hear your stats? Like, do you go back and look at your stats? Like, what's that like when you hear it all on paper like that?
I feel like the college ones are more recent, so I kind of have those ones in my mind. But when you start reading the high school ones, and especially the running back ones, they're kind of crazy to think about. So
I feel like most linebackers in NFL play running back at some point. When did you realize, all right, man, I'm probably going to be on the other side of the football?
I was always a linebacker since I was little. I didn't really, Pop Warner and stuff, I was always linebacker, but I played fullback on offense, and then it wasn't until I got older I started actually, getting the ball. When I was younger, I was just like a lead blocker, and I loved it. It was later on, but I always knew, the route for me was going to be on defense.
Right.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say you probably played multiple sports, though.
I did.
Right. What other sport did you play?
In high school, I played baseball.
What position?
Outfield. I was more of like a DH. I could hit. And then growing up, I always played basketball, too. That was big in our family, playing multiple sports, staying well-rounded in what we're doing, staying active. So me and all my brothers all played through sports.
You always know it was going to be football out of all those sports?
Football was always my sport. I have 2 other brothers that both play, and their route was a little bit different. I feel like they excelled at multiple sports, and they had a love and a passion for multiple sports. And I just, from the second I stepped foot on the football field, I always knew it was football for me.
Well, you mentioned you played fullback and linebacker. Those 2 positions, you got to have something a little off a little bit. Like, because fullback is a thankless position, right? Oots knocked out 2 guys against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we have to remind people what he did. What is it about those 2 positions that you like the most?
The physicality, for sure. The tenacity that you get to play with at that position. I've always gravitated towards the physicality of the game ever since I was little. My dad, he was our coach. He played too in college, and he always just preached toughness and physicality, and especially when you're on the football field. So when you're gonna go out there and be able to perform and do that, I just always took a lot of pride in that.
Bum, I didn't have that wide receiver, that mentality. That's not my mentality right there as a wide receiver. So that's something special. Hey, Drake, tell me. I mean, it's been quite the ride here in Seattle for you. Your first year here. Kind of special teams. I know you got injured about 7 games in, hurt your knee last season. You kind of stepped up a lot. Special teams, cracked your way into the linebacker position, seeing more time. And this year, you're the guy. You're the starter. You got the reins out there. Tell me about that journey.
It's been a lot of fun, honestly. I'm super blessed. There's been ups and there's been downs, and I'm thankful for every single second and moment of it. Going through my rookie year, getting cut in Vegas, and then transitioning to a different team. Like, going into it, I didn't realize how much it would be, but there was a lot of challenges, and just adjusting at such a young age and completely flipping teams. When you had, you have your mindset on making the team where you're at, and then all of a sudden, 24 hours later, you're at a completely different spot. But I learned so much through that process. Played with some really good players my rookie year. Got to meet some great people. Until I got my injury. And, my injury, I feel like I learned a lot about myself in that process, trying to come back from that. I feel like since my injury, like last year, speaking on last year, I played all the games, but I was still trying to, get back to who I was as a player. I feel like during that time, I kind of lost myself as a player a little bit during that recovery stage, but I kind of found myself as a person. And so just trying to build off of that and fighting to feel like myself again on the field, like that was hard, but I'm super grateful for those moments and being able to grow from them and learn from them.
I got injured as well, and I was on that journey all by myself, like in a hotel room, solo, trying to figure this whole thing out. Is there someone who helped you through that, or were you kind of on the same?
I mean, I have a great support system. I mean, I have an amazing family. My parents, my brothers. I have a fiance. They were all there for me. Super helpful, super supportive, super encouraging, and then also just like my relationship with God. I'm a believer, so it was really me and God during that time, and Him just being there with me, pulling me, through all the lows and the highs. Him always being there consistently. So those are the things I would say that I leaned on during that time.
Very cool. Is there someone like a teammate that really you've kind of leaned on for one? Your ascension, your 3 years getting better and better, and through a time with injury. Was there a teammate that really helped you through that too?
During my injury specifically, I got to talk about Jordan Brooks. He was here during my rookie year. When I got injured, he went through the same exact thing. It was like the same exact injury with the same surgery. So even though he was gone during a big chunk of my recovery process, I was constantly texting him, asking him, how did this go? What did this process look like for you? How did you feel when you first started doing this? And he always gave me great responses and great insight whenever I reached out to him.
That's a good reference to have, man. I read your profile. It said North Carolina. I'm a golfer. There's a lot of golf courses in North Carolina. Do you swing the sticks at all?
I started trying.
There we go.
I started trying recently this offseason. I feel like I've always been so focused on football, working out, training, eating. I ventured off and I tried to pick up a hobby, and so I'm trying to improve so I can actually go out there and be good. But it's still an uphill battle.
We'll never be as good as this guy. He's like a 2 handicap.
Yeah, that's a lot lower than mine.
Yeah, it's rough some days, though. Doesn't mean a thing. Hey, you guys are going to Washington. You have any contact at all, or have you had a relationship with Bobby Wagner at all?
I mean, he was here my rookie year, so yeah, we had a relationship. He was he's one of the best linebackers to play. Great football player, great person. Whatever you needed from him, great teammate. He was there. Whatever knowledge he had, like that, he was willing to give it, right? So if you came to him, he was giving willingly. He was great. I haven't talked to him since he signed. I shot him a text during that time, congratulated him last year when he signed with the Commanders. But it'll be cool to see him and be playing on the same field as him.
As a defense, you guys are like bottom 3 when it comes to blitzing. Like, you don't blitz a lot. So when you get an opportunity, you got to make the most of it. You got a couple under your belt. What's that like when you're in the huddle and Macdonald finally calls a blitz and it's your number?
I love blitzing. I feel like, you just got a chance to kind of turn the thinking off a little bit and just go be disruptive. So whenever my number is called, I'm just trying to, create chaos in the backfield. So it's exciting.
I've asked you about this blitz before. I think it was against the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken, and it was kind of a free shot to Trevor Lawrence. You timed it up perfectly. Kind of tell me what went on during that play.
Yeah, so it's gonna our right out of the huddle. I didn't like that based off that call. I didn't know that I was the one going. It's based on their formation. So once the call is made, and I'm like, okay, I'm going. I know the indicators for the snap count and everything. It was going to be on 1. Timed it up on the motion, and I think it was 2nd and longer. So I was kind of expecting, the back was at home, quarterback under center. So I was kind of expecting like a play action type of play, and I just reacted after that, just trying to be aggressive, blitz with intent. We talk about that in the linebacker room, and so that's really all I did.
Perfect timing. Hit it on the run.
So you said you didn't know you were going until you saw the formation. As a receiver, my adjustments were based off of, okay, are they blitzing, and then option route where the leverage is. Is that common in defenses that you have played in coming through, or is that something that Macdonald has just kind of introduced?
I would say that's common based off where the back is or where the tight end is, where the close call is. That's going to determine who's going to go, because if you're blitzing the open side or whatever it is, that can determine who's blitzing. But there's also, you have your blitzes that are set in stone. It's like, right, okay, this guy and this guy, those are the guys coming right here. So you have a mixture of both, and I feel like that's probably pretty common.
Yeah.
So Your second year now with Coach Macdonald and seeing this defense, I mean, do you feel like you've kind of got a good grasp of it, or does Coach Macdonald just keep adding more and more things to make it more complex as the season goes?
I feel like what we do is what we do, right? Like we have little, kinks that we work out through the season or little changes that we make week to week, but our foundation is pretty solid. So I feel like I have a really good grasp of what our foundation is. And so going week to week in the game plan stuff, it's pretty easy to pick up and, know what we're doing and why we're doing it and, how they're going to try and attack it and everything.
Nice. So when you look at the Seahawks offense, they haven't been able to run the football the way they want to, but I feel like it's still effective. Like linebackers still reacting, safeties with their eyes in the backfield. What is it about the Seahawks offense that you feel makes it difficult on the defense?
They want to run the ball, right? Even though it might not have had the success that people say that they should have. They are a run first mentality offense, and when you line up in these bigger sets and these quarterback under formations with bigger bodies out there, you have to respect it. Like you have to play the run first. So, and our offensive line does a really good job of selling the double teams, selling the run action first. I mean, we went against this offense all camp, and it was a really good play action game when we played against them. Like they were really good at selling those double teams and that run blocking in the play action game. So I feel like that's what really makes it super effective.
And then now you got to go against Jaden Daniels. It looks like on Sunday night. What kind of problems or challenges does he bring? For you prepping for the game.
I feel like the main thing you think of when you see him play or the issues that he creates is with his feet. Yeah. He extends the plays. They have quarterback design runs. That's always just extra stuff that you have to prepare for. And on top of that, he's a great quarterback just without the legs. So, taking that into account too, it creates things that we have to think about and prepare for.
Who's been the most deceptive offense you've seen so far this year?
What do you mean by deceptive?
Deceptive, yeah, because as offense, we're trying to make you think we're going left and we're going right. We're running the ball when we're throwing the ball. Is there a team that, when it was all said and done, win or lose, you're like, all right, man, they had us moving a little bit?
I don't know if I can pinpoint one team, honestly. Maybe our offense during training camp. I feel like they keep you guessing, right? They have a lot of different plays. They have a lot of really good schemes and plays. So that was fun going against them every day in training camp.
Awesome. Hey, well, we appreciate you taking time out of your Thursday, man. Give it up one more time for Drake Thomas.